Okay. Gonna start talking about some football again. The season's over. We've not done one of these. I mean, some of the guys should be coming today, but we've not done one of these in a long time. I think ever since the PC Footy podcast ended, we've not done one of these in a long time. And EC's not been on the channel for a long time as well, almost 2 years. But
That's
we're
a bit of
back,
a
and
shame.
we're gonna make this a regular thing. This is something that we're aiming to do every Monday, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So EC, how have you been?
What you saying, JVM? It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Been waiting, but we're here now on the stream. Let's get it.
Okay. So the first thing I want to start with. Oh, right timing, right timing. You okay, Yusuf? Yusuf, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
that's good. That's good. Yeah, right timing. Okay, so yeah, I'll just quick introduction, and I wanted to start with the Premier League because, as we know, as we know, Premier League season ended. It's been a crazy season, especially because City have been able to win 4 in a row now. So I
Farmers
wanted,
League.
I wanted to know if we could start with that, talking about Pep Guardiola and the City team that have just made history. What's everyone's thoughts on Man City and Pep Guardiola as of like right now?
Yeah, well, that's crazy.
I
It's crazy. Apparently, he's leaving next summer too. Yeah,
Hopefully,
so
I hope so.
Nah, he needs to go. He needs to go, bro.
I'm tired of that guy. I'm tired of seeing his face.
Pep Guardiola. Look, if there's one thing we should respect Pep Guardiola for is the fact that he came into quote unquote the best league in the world and turned it into a farmers league.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
Even if he hasn't done anything in football, this accomplishment is enough for him to be called one of the greatest managers ever.
yeah. What he did at Barcelona, I think that was enough for us to call him one of the greatest ever. But and even at Bayern, but for him to then come to the Premier League and just completely dominate, it's just as a United fan, it's hard to say it, but it gets to a point where you just have to be honest. And this guy, I don't know if I would go as much as to say he's the greatest Premier League manager of all time, just because Sir Alex has 13,
Mm.
but
Hmm.
he has to be second, and there's not even a question about him being second.
And how many years did Sir Alex use to gain 13 Premier League titles?
How many what
Years.
did it take him?
Did it take him to get 13 Premier League titles?
So it started in '93, he ended it so around 20 years.
20 years. And
Yeah,
how long has Pep Guardiola been at Manchester City so far?
since 2016, so that will be 8 years.
8 years. Yeah, bro. Like, you know how I feel about Pep Guardiola. But I was thinking about it the other day and I was like, yo, I told myself before this season started, if this guy is able to win the Premier League this season, we have to have a conversation about his imprint in history. Like, and you know how I feel about Pep Guardiola, but
Yeah, yeah, we know.
this is
We
crazy.
we know the hate towards Barcelona.
No, I don't hate Barcelona, but I can't love them. I'm a Madrid fan. I don't hate them, but I can't love them. And they are down bad, so I don't even want to say I hate them.
Does City, so for example, because they've not been able to do as well in the FA Cup and Champions League, does that hinder the season in any way? Because in a way, they still got to the semi-final of the Champions League, they still got to the final in the FA Cup, and they've won the treble. So out of 10, what would you rate the season for City?
Me personally, with the type of squad they have, I would rate it a 6, 7 because I expected them to do better than what they did. You
Yeah,
understand me? They might have won the league and everything, but they have a squad to win everything. They could go back to back on everything. And you see the investments made in the squad. Seasons end and the squad is solid, but still there's 80 million investments in positions that don't even need further investments. So that shows the level of that shows the level of expertise that goes into every single position in the City squad. So good isn't good enough for them. They want perfect in every single position. So I would expect them to do better than like just winning the league, because they've made it a Farmers League. The Champions League needed to be won again for me to give this season a 10.
Okay.
I think that was a bit too high.
I think I'd still give it like an 8 or 9 because they've still been able to. I'll give it a 9. The only reason why it's not perfect is because they're missing out 2 trophies, but they were still able to dominate in the league. Well, you said lower than that.
Yeah, way lower than that. You just scraped a Premier League. If anything, that's a 4 or 5. You scraped a Premier League. You lost to United in the worst season. Yeah,
That's true. That is true. That is true. Yeah.
I mean, that's poor. That's poor, honestly.
No, but they still won the Premier League.
I know, but you scraped a Premier League. What about the other trophies?
Yeah, but
last season you won trouble.
I don't know cape for City, but that actually brings us to our next point, and that's about Arsenal and Arteta. Because it is all fair and games to talk about City and their dominance, but we need to talk about Arteta and Arsenal. Because for 2 years in a row, it's come down to the last game of the season. And if we're going to talk about how much money City have spent, how much oil money is being put back into the team, if we're going to talk about the 115, all those charges that they have, we need to give Arteta his flowers, because again, this year it came down to the very last game of the season. So, thoughts first on Arsenal missing out the league, and then we can get into Arteta.
It was harsh. It was harsh.
I'm guessing he's an Arsenal fan. Right?
Nah, United.
Okay. Because I have only harsh things to say about Arteta and Arsenal, so I'll let you go.
You go and see.
I don't know. I really did want them to win the league. 4 Premier Leagues in a row. It's not fair. He's been in this project for a while. You can see the progress. The players embedded in this project. I did want to see them win the league. But yeah, it just came down to Pep's dominance. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Personally, I think this is the last season we would give Arteta the benefit of the doubt. You look at the investments made in the team, you look at the time awarded to get a perfect squad, to formulate his team, to position he's comfortable with. You look at the freedom to do whatever he wants in the squad. This is basically what Pep Guardiola was given to an extent for him to build this type of dynasty. So I would say this is the last season we give Arteta the benefit of the doubt. He should have won a season. He should have won the league in this season. This might be Pep Guardiola's down season as a full squad. Mm-hmm. So if in his down season you couldn't capitalize and win the league, kind of like what Leicester City did when every other team was having a down season, they capitalized and won the league. So I expected Arsenal to win the league, and we've been giving Arteta the benefit of the doubt. I saw on TikTok, and it was a similar question we asked on the show last year. Arsenal and Manchester United, who had a better season? And it's happening this season too.
But this season last year was the Carabao Cup. This year has been the FA Cup, so the trophy is
even higher. You understand me? So you get me? But with Arteta, we are like, oh, he tried. No. We have to be done giving Arteta you tried awards and stuff like that. You have a squad. You had the money to revamp your squad to do something this season. Go back and look into the teams, the matches he lost. He lost the game. He lost the Premier League against smaller teams. He didn't lose it against the bigger team. He lost it in matches against the smaller teams.
And wait! Not to cut you off, but that's what I was going to get into that in a second, because City and Arsenal, they've had the same games won. So City won 28 games, and Arsenal also won 28 games. But the difference, it came down to Arsenal losing 2 extra games than City, because City only lost 3 games, which is crazy. Arsenal lost 5 games, and again, it's those games against the smaller teams that they like. I guess not. Aston Villa isn't a smaller team, but for example, Aston Villa shouldn't be a team that you're losing to when you're trying to go for the title. So yeah, it comes down to those fine details. Okay, Joe.
Yeah, I'm good. What are you talking about?
We were talking about Arsenal, but
Your
since you came late,
your bum ass team.
Well, we won the league. I don't care. We won the league.
but since you came late, I just want to hear your thoughts on City and Pep.
Is it in relation to the FA Cup or just the season in general?
No, just we're talking about the Premier League first, and then if you want to give your thoughts on the season, then yeah, go ahead.
I think as a whole, even though Man City have set their standards high, I think we can still take this season as success. Winning the Premier League for the 4th time in a row, that's never been done before. This is still a strong season, maybe not as strong as previous seasons, but there's still things we can be happy about. Foden's developed brilliantly. I believe he's won the PFA Player of the Year award, so
yeah,
you can see steps in his career. So I think there's definitely positives to take away from the season, but granted, in the cups we can see clear negatives. We lost the Champions League final. We bottled against Real Madrid. We lost in the Carabao Cup as well. We should be expecting more of ourselves in that regard. And even in the league, there were games that we lost where we didn't look good at all. So I think in like the Aston Villa game in the middle of the season where we got completely dominated. So I think on the whole, I'm still happy, but there's things to work on. And I'm still happy with Pep. I still see his visions working. And I don't think I'll ever be Pep out, just given on what he's done for Man City Football Club.
Yeah, I still think you guys are being too harsh on City. Like this team, they've only lost 3 games the whole season. And fair enough, they didn't do as well in the cup competitions. But I think when you have a team like Arsenal in your heels, and then you have to factor in factors like rotation and stuff like that. Winning the league where you only lost 3 games, this has been one of the highest point tallies as well, with 91 points. I still think this season's easily like a 9 or 8, 9 lowest 8 out of 10.
But JVM, you see, when you reach a certain threshold in football, you can't be measured according to every other standard, and that is what Real Madrid is on. That is what some teams are on. Look, if we are going to be real, if Manchester United was any other team, we would just put Manchester United in the back burner for them to sort themselves out and come back on top, right?
Yeah.
But we still keep chastising them. You know why? Because they've reached a certain level of glory that, the slightest dip in form we talk about, and City has reached there. City is there now. You understand me? Remember the season we did everything, but we lost the league to Barcelona, and I told you guys it was a down season. The reason I think it was a down season is because I don't get the reason why in Barcelona's down season they're able to win the league ahead of Real Madrid. So to me, we bottled that season. You understand me? Because that is the level I put Real Madrid on. So Manchester City might have won the league. Bottling to Manchester United is unacceptable. Not this squad. Not this Manchester United squad. Let's be honest, not this Manchester United squad. Bottling the Champions League to Real Madrid when everybody thought it was your game to win. It was your game to dominate. Yeah. It's not acceptable. And mind you, if the roles were turned and we had a squad as strong as Manchester City and everybody thought we were going to win against Manchester City, it would have been 5-0. You know that.
Okay.
I don't know about that, but I see your point, yeah.
Yeah, so
you know about that because when you guys started coming into the Champions League, we just little boy you guys, when Liverpool came back, we little boy them. You get me? When you guys try coming back, we just show you guys who the bosses are. It's now you guys gain some confidence, and last season, I give you a credit for that, but the bosses are back in the building.
I think Joe touched on one of the next topics, and that's Phil Foden. And my thing with Phil Foden is he's been a player that for years we've been talking about how great his potential was and how possibly one day he could be one of the best in the Premier League. Maybe he could be the best player at City. And this year we've seen exactly that. Like there were times this season, there were games where you just that City team, as great as they were, you looked at Foden and you were like, you know what, this guy is the best player in the team. Fair enough, De Bruyne was also injured, but this guy stepped up. What was it, 19 goals and 8 assists in all competitions. I think that already he's one of the. He has to be top 5 English midfielders of all time. I just want to see what you guys think of Foden's season, and of course,
What did you?
You said all time?
yes, all time. Top 5.
I don't
top
know.
5,
I don't know about all
top
time.
5. Top 5 English Premier League. No, top 5 English midfielders of all time. I think Phil Foden is a top 5 English midfielder of all time.
Yo,
We've
bro?
had English midfielders that have won the Ballon
Yo,
d'Or. I don't think he's nearly top 5 yet.
So you're telling me there's 5 midfielders better than Phil Foden all time?
All time. There's probably like 20 English midfielders better than Phil Foden all time.
Name me five midfielders all time better than Phil Foden.
Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard. Go anywhere here, like Michael Carrick.
You're right. Scholes. Okay, I don't think Carrick's better than Phil Foden. I think Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard. Fair enough. Can you name 2 more? I don't think.
Are we going just Premier League era? Or are we going like?
No, I'm talking about English midfielders all time.
I mean, we've had that Stanley Matthews.
Okay,
we've had Bobby Charlton, who plays attacking midfielder.
I don't think any of those guys are better football players than Phil Foden. So yeah,
we need to understand something.
My statement stands on him being a top 5 midfielder of all time.
You see, this is how you guys, switch it up. When we talk about, you said top 5 greatest English midfielders of all time, and when you start mentioning great players, they go like, are they a better footballer than Phil Foden?
He said Gerrard, Scholes, and Lampard, and I agree. Those guys you could say are
David Beckham.
But the other guys aren't. I don't think Beckham's a better football player than Phil Foden. Sorry.
What?
Let me ask you. Where would you rank Saka in this list?
I don't know, but I wouldn't have Saka nowhere in the top 5.
You see, but Saka did everything Foden is doing now.
Especially because he's a winger. I'd have to.
What about Bellingham then?
Bellingham could be in and around that conversation as well.
He's 2021.
Saka is good.
That's how old he is. He's 21 years old.
And that's say Bellingham is creeping up in that conversation. If he keeps playing the way he's played at Real Madrid, where especially if Bellingham goes on to win the Champions League, he could be the Ballon d'Or winner, or at least finish inside the top 3. If we're talking about English midfielders that have won the Ballon d'Or, then Bellingham would definitely have to be. But Bellingham would definitely have to be. Bellingham would still have to be in those conversations. So you're telling me Bellingham won?
Is Foden better than Bellingham?
Yes, I think Foden's better than Bellingham.
I think, given that he's been playing at this level for longer, I think when you say all-time, Foden's better than Bellingham. But I'd say right now, this last season, Bellingham's probably played at a higher level than Foden.
He's been playing at this level for longer. How long? Bellingham was captaining Borussia Dortmund. Phil Foden was a bench player at Manchester City.
He wasn't a bench player. He's been for like 5-6 years now.
Manchester City, come on.
Matter, bro. This kid was captaining Dortmund at 19 years old. Look at his record when he was playing with Haaland. How many assists and goals he scored that season? Pushed them to almost winning the league the previous season. What was Foden doing? This is Foden
was winning the league
season. On the back of who? Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne.
No, before Haaland joined, while Kevin De Bruyne was injured, he was still winning the league.
Of who?
Off his own back.
He has never been the top 3 best players on the City squad up until this season, has he? Every single trophy.
Before that season, Aguero was gone, and they had no striker. Foden was easily one of the top 3 players in that team, if not the best player that season as well. No, he was.
I think even if he wasn't, you still need to take longevity.
And Gundogan.
What?
You still need to consider longevity, though. Even if he wasn't,
and I'm trying to understand the longevity thing.
5-6 years, integral player to Man City.
5-6 years of him coming from the bench. 3 years he was on the bench. At this time, Dortmund was being controlled by the likes of Bellingham. That is what people think. Bellingham's career just started in Real Madrid. People forgot the type of football he was playing in Dortmund.
And what was he doing? So they didn't win any trophies in Dortmund. Granted, that's not all you have to do, but what did it get you playing to that level in Dortmund? He was amazing in Dortmund, don't get me wrong, but Foden's Foden's playing well. That brought trophies. That brought success. It didn't
And
bring anything to
I'm
it.
saying that wasn't on his back because they had a KDB.
But he
They
was still
had
winning
a
crucial games.
Haaland.
Even when he was
had
like
a
18,
Gundogan.
scoring
they
like
had a-
1-0 against Spurs in the title race. Like he scored that goal that won us the league. He's been doing this since he was
Didn't win you the
18.
league. That goal didn't win you the league.
It
That
did
season, the type of season Kevin De Bruyne have had for the past 3-4 years is the reason why Manchester City is as scary as it is. The type of seasons that from the goalkeeper, from Stones, from the Rodris have been having, the Gundigans have been having, even the Mahrez have been having so far is the reason why Manchester City is as scary as it is. And you can delete Phil Foden from all of these squads and Manchester City still wins everything they win. Let's be honest. Aside this particular season, Phil Foden has just been just a part of the squad.
No, he's been an integral part. I think you're diminishing how great Foden has been for the past 3 years at City.
Bro, Phil Foden is one of my favorite players. I was praising Phil Foden before everybody. When he was 17, left foot, right foot, I was one of his biggest fans. But you guys are also putting him on a pedigree he has not reached yet. You understand me? You guys are forgetting
already. I think he has.
I can't give
because
you this
what else does Phil Foden have to do?
Mm-hmm.
He's already proven he can be the best player in the Premier League.
Okay, let me ask you that.
He needs to do this for a longer period of time, though. It hasn't been long enough.
Now, fair enough. You can say that he has to do it for a longer period of time. But I've said this multiple times. Longevity should count when we're talking about greatest players of all time. But if I'm looking at someone and I'm saying, no, this guy is the best player, one of the best players, I'm going to look at, because let's not act like Foden. This is like a one-season wonder thing that he's done. Yusuf is downplaying how important he's been.
This particular form has been a one-season wonder. This particular form, playing at this level, has been a one-season wonder. So if he carries this on, we can give him the praise for it. Let's be totally honest. For example, I told you about Benzema. When Benzema was playing behind the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and everything, he didn't show us that one-season Ballon d'Or Benzema. And that one season Ballon d'Or Benzema was different. And that is kind of like Phil Foden. So let's let him do this for 2 or 3 more seasons. Because I can ask you a similar question with the likes of Vini and stuff like that. Then the levels we should be putting Vini and the Rodrigos and the Camavingas and the Valverde should be on like astronomical levels, because they have been doing this for like 3-4 seasons in a row. You understand me?
I think you're downplaying Foden too much.
You are.
He hasn't been playing at the level he's been playing this season. He's playing at an extremely high level for many years, scoring in Champions League.
We are 3 people arguing against this, right? So EC, please, can you chip in on this? Do you think he's reached the levels they are trying to put him on?
I think this season was exceptional, but he has been a rotation player for the past 3 seasons.
Oh, this guy's.
He has been a rotation player.
Every player at Man City, with that logic, every player at Man City is a rotation player, because all players at Man City get rotated by Pep except like Edison and Ruben Dias.
You got Kevin De Bruyne.
Aside from De Bruyne and Edison and Haaland last year, I guess. But anyways, let's not get sidetracked. We want to give Foden his flowers. Before we talk about the FA Cup, is there anything else you guys want to talk about in regards to the Premier League? Any other teams you want to talk about? Any players you want to highlight?
The only thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that Arteta made a mistake in some part of the season when he started devaluing Partey, and the midfield suffered for the devaluement of Partey. I think there were some matches that he needed that injection of Thomas Partey in the squad, but he became too comfortable with the whole Rice experiment. And regardless of how deep Pep Guardiola's squad is, he has that element of surprise where he could, like, flip and turn players and like have players like play in different roles and like, not have you be able to game plan against his key man. And I think this season, Arteta deviated from that. So his midfield in some games were easy to game plan against. The only thing I didn't like was the fact that he didn't play Partey much as compared to the previous season.
Fair enough, but again, they won the same amount of games as City, which is crazy. If anyone,
But they lost 2 more.
but if no one has anything else to say, I want to get into the FA Cup, Manchester United and Ten Hag. Now, I don't want to be too, because you guys were talking about this about City. I don't want to be too harsh on City, a team that's lost. So they've lost 3 games in the Premier League. They've lost against Real Madrid, and they've lost against United. So that's what 5-6 games lost. So I don't want to be too harsh on Man City. But on Manchester United and on Ten Hag and on the mess that club is in, that's what I want to talk about. You want to go first, TC?
Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm just happy with the FA Cup win. I'll be honest. I did not expect us to win that. And after that win, I personally think we've had the better season than Arsenal. In my opinion, we've had a better season than Arsenal. I think Ten Hag needs more time. I think he's had a bad season because of the injuries. You know, we had 60 cases of injuries, about 50 something, centre-back pairings. You know, it's been a mess, but it's not been his fault entirely. And I think, just give him more time. Don't sack him. Don't give him the sack. And
Yusuf?
The FA Cup. What he said is true. I don't care. We gave Arsenal the benefit of the doubt last season, and some of us supported the fact that they had a better season to Manchester United. But this season, come on. After all this, you didn't win nothing. Like, let's be honest. After all this, they at least went with a trophy. And with what he said about Ten Hag, bro, like how long are you guys going to tolerate this? There was a list of
2 seasons.
There's a list of records being broken, negative records being broken by Ten Hag, and I was reading the list and I was like, wow, like yo, it is crazy. I don't think you guys should keep Ten Hag. I don't like his ego. I don't like every season he has a problem with one player or that player. Every season there's A or B going on. Like, I just don't like all of that. Like, it's been only 2 seasons, but like just filled with like drama on his side too. And I know the team isn't playing good. I know there's the injury concerns and everything, but there's also been drama like on his side, like with the Cristiano Ronaldo drama, with the Sancho, with lately Casemiro, with like you keep hearing, with this player, even his own darling boys like Anthony and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, like there's always something just going on that has nothing to do with football with Ten Hag and the squad. So if that is going to be the case, I would think you guys should look elsewhere for if you want to give him another chance, I don't mind, but I don't think Ten Hag is the man for the job. Honestly, I don't think he's a good manager when it comes to signing players. How many players has he signed that haven't panned out the way it's supposed to be? Like, there's as much chances that you can get as a manager. You get me?
All right, cool. Joseph, thoughts on the final Ten Hag, City and United?
It's
thoughts on the final Ten Hag and United, if you've got any.
Okay, I want to start by saying I want to take nothing away from how well Man United played. I think that's one of their best games this season. But with that being said, it was also one of our worst games this season. The whole, every single player on Man City, they all look switched off, and that's obviously what caused the first goal. The second goal was also preventable. We should have taken our chances better. Doku came on well and scored his goal, but I think the whole team can say that they were out of it. I don't know whether that's because there's people saying, maybe like Foden or whoever else was, like Grealish was celebrating too hard the week before winning the Premier League. I think that's nonsense. I think we just weren't taking this game as seriously and giving United the respect they deserved coming into this, because we know that United have done well in cup competitions. They won the Carabao Cup last year. They were in the final with us last year as well. So I thought we need to give Ten Hag some respect as well as being able to manage cup competitions. Maybe struggled in the league, but he's done well in cup competitions. Maybe not the Champions League, but he's done well in domestic cup competitions in these last 2 years. And I feel like we weren't giving United the respect they deserved, and that's kind of how in the first half we were getting blown over by them.
Okay, Maxwell, thoughts on the final Ten Hag and City?
Hey, man. Just want to say what's up to all you guys. How y'all doing?
We're good, bro. You okay?
No, I'm good. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
He's not okay. He's a Liverpool fan. He's not okay.
Yeah.
He's mourning.
Oh,
Like,
man.
don't do that to him, bro. You know what is going on, bro.
Hey. Chill. Hey, man, don't worry.
I would worry.
No. Worry, but don't worry. But anyway.
Check him out. He's depressed. It's like, yo.
I don't know about all that, but anyways, yeah, I'm not in the best of moods for this season. But Ten Hag, man.
You see?
Yo, Ten Hag, right?
He doesn't even want to talk about Ten Hag. He has his own managerial
obviously
problems,
because of
bro.
your team, your club, the way you guys just move. You want shit to just happen in like 30 seconds. Everything will happen. Man had mad at me. I think he's a good coach. He just wasn't that right for that job. That was his problem. And the one problem was they should have just made him a coach instead of a manager. Just be the coach and let them other guys sign the players, and you throw your little, hey, I might like this guy, or you know what I mean, this guy might be good, you know what I mean? But like this whole like, yo, this is me, it's my shit, I'm running, I'm signing it, CR7 kick rocks, Sancho get lost. Nah, man. That he's a lunatic. But he's one of those guys, I see him as, he stands on what he stands on. He'll die on his own hill. And that's what the results you live with. If you stand on what you stand on and you think, yo, I'm right, all right, whatever, you're right. You're going to stand on fall off the fucking map. Pardon my language. But, you know what I think is going to happen?
Yeah, go on.
You want to know what's going to happen?
Yeah.
I think he's going to start the Premier League off managing the first 4 games. And if he wins, like, say, what's that, 12 points, right? Say he gets, like, 10. So 3 wins and a draw. Whoever your schedule is, whatever. Or if he loses, like, 1 or 2, then he's out. But if he wins that, then he's going into the next season, your manager. Because they're supposed to have been fired him.
That's crazy. He got Champions League football last season and got a trophy and should have been fired.
No, he should have been fired, like the middle of the season.
No. Because look at what happened now. And now here's the thing: you guys are looking at the performances, but you're not looking at.
You're looking at it in
happened.
hindsight, though.
How else am I supposed to look at it? I have to look at it as a season overview.
But what I'm saying is, if you already feel about a person, it doesn't matter about the results, unless the results are tremendous.
The results
amazing.
are everything.
No. The results are everything. Unless if the results are just like mediocre results, or if it's tremendous results, then okay. But if you already feel about a person coming into the season that you're already iffy about him, you should just hook him, man. Hook him like Pep, hook KDB, man. Get him out of here.
But we weren't iffy about Ten. Like it was quite the opposite. You United.
United. Okay? Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. You probably
United. The club. When Ten Hag came in, our club was a complete mess. Mind you, this was the season where we had Oli. He got sacked in November. Then
you guys got fifth. You guys got fifth. You ended with fifth.
Wait. And what did that fifth get us? Carrick managed for 2 weeks, and then Ranić came in, and it was a complete mess. We were very lucky that season that we had Ronaldo, because Ronaldo scored 19 goals in the Premier League.
I give you that. Because okay, go ahead. My bad.
And then he bailed us out in the Champions League. The club was a mess. There was no direction.
And
there was that whole mess.
You sold on that, and still you had what you had to say about Ronaldo.
There was that whole mess at the start of the season.
I have the videos, though.
Ten Hag was still able to take that team from where they were, took them to Champions League football, and won a trophy that season. Coming into this season, fair enough, there are doubts about the squad, but mind you, last year we had the best defense in the whole league.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you guys.
Last season we had the. Even above City, who were able to win the treble, even above Arsenal, who were able to have an amazing run, we had the best defense in the league, and we finished third. That defense that we had was made of Luke Shaw, Martinez, Varane, Dalot, and De Gea. Now we got another goalkeeper in Onana, and Onana could be criticized, But
No,
out
I
of
think
those
he's
four,
alright. I think he's
out,
alright.
out of
He's
the
just
back
making
line, out of
dumb
those four
mistakes.
players that we had for the whole season, Luke Shaw injured, Varane injured, Martinez injured, and that's just the back line. How is a
Luke
manager?
Shaw's always injured
How
though.
is how is
He's
it?
been
But he
injured
wasn't
like
in,
a year.
he wasn't injured. He's not been injured like that for the past 3 seasons. He's picked up injuries at the start of this season.
When was the last
And-
time Luke Shaw played over 30 games in the Premier League?
Sorry.
I want to know that. When was the last time Luke Shaw played over 30? Like he's not like he's just never there, man.
He,
But
he-
go
But
ahead.
you're
I give you
talking
a good
about
point.
injuries. How
he
many
had
injuries
more or
did
less last season.
how many injuries did Ancelotti face this season, though?
Sorry.
How many injuries did Ancelotti face this
You
season?
guys got a bomb squad, man. Relax.
Ancelotti, Yusuf, are you seriously trying to compare United squad that Ten Hag is trying to build to Real Madrid squads that's been able to win the
I'm
Champions
talking
League?
about the defensive injuries we got because it went so bad we had to play Cavajara centre back.
No,
We
It's
got
because of
so
how
bad.
good.
We got so bad. We had to
This
stop
guy,
playing
yo,
Johnny
what?
Evans.
Carvajal played center back one game. I know that game you're talking
Yeah,
about.
exactly.
Yeah,
It was
one
We got
game.
Nacho.
so bad.
Nacho,
We
I
had to
watched
play
Real
Johnny
Madrid,
Evans
bro.
in
Wait,
multiple
wait,
games
wait,
as a centre
wait,
back.
There was
wait,
Nachos.
wait.
Nachos. Oh my god.
Cavajal played one game as centre back. How many games did Chouamini play as centre back? That is our number 6.
At least 5.
At least 5, right?
And he did
And-
well.
And he did well. That is him playing his number 6 as regardless of how the player did. We had Benjamin Mendy in and out of the
But
squad.
that's not outlandish for Tuchemeni to play center back, though. He's a DM. It's not like crazy.
Talking
It's
about
like
Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans is a defender. He's complaining for a defender playing his role.
Bro, Johnny Evans is like 39, bro. You comparing
Yeah,
Johnny Evans to like
Johnny Evans was meant
where
to
did you
come in
this is
a
nasty
contract so
work.
that he could become a manager.
No, I'm not trying to compare. I'm just trying to say some managers or most of the managers also faced some form of injury concerns. We were in
Not
the
as bad as
Champions
United.
League, in the league. We were in the Champions League, in the league, and in other competitions with this type of injuries, bro. Look, I don't care about any other injury Real Madrid got, but if you guys don't analyze the defensive injuries we've had this season, the nasty work of us playing like even Lucas. There was a game we had Carvajal there and Lucas Vasquez on the other wing.
Yusuf,
We-
you
Come on,
sound.
bro.
Are you talking about that game
you
when you
sound like
lost to
you
Atletico
sound like a
Madrid?
you sound like a rich kid crying.
No,
Oh,
no,
my
no.
dad-
I'm
my
not
dad
They
even
had
on
love
that.
Johnny
I'm
Evans
not,
and
Yeah.
Casemiro.
Yeah, he sound like, yo.
I'm not even.
They had
I'm
to
not
brought
even
Kamara
on
from the
that.
We're
academy.
reading about compared to United. Fair enough, you
I'm
had
not
injury
comparing
crisis.
it. I'm not
Fair
even
enough.
on.
But
I'm
compared
not
to
even on
us-
that type of town.
So what's
I'm
the
just
point?
trying to tell you, he is the manager. That is where we see your quality, bro. We
He's the
can't
manager.
constantly.
He's the manager, and he finished 8th, and somehow we still got Europe.
Okay, JVM, I got one question.
And he got a trophy.
JVM,
Yeah,
let's go back
go
to
on.
let's get off this Real Madrid for a second. Let's go back to United. Who I feel like I have my own opinion. Why or when did this guy figure out that Amad Diallo can start and Kobe Mainoo can start? I feel like it was the board that forced that. I don't think it was Ten Hag.
No,
I don't
Bro,
think so.
some of these things are natural progressions,
Kobe
bro.
Mainoo has been starting since around January, December time.
He's
Amad
supposed to be
Diallo.
starting from August.
He was
Ahmed-
injured.
Ahmed- He started.
Okay,
he
what
started
about
this-
Amad Diallo?
He started the season injured. When Diallo came back this season, but he was also injured at the start of the season. And then
They were supposed to be. He played them one time, and then he didn't play them for 2 games. Then he played Kobe Mainoo regularly. He didn't play Amad Diallo only for cup games.
now
You
I
phase
agree.
him into the squads.
That's fair criticism. But even Amad Diallo, after he scored against Liverpool, what happened to him?
He didn't get enough time. What do you mean?
The red card, and then he picked up another injury that kept him sidelined for another
he
2
was
weeks
out.
or so.
Oh, you talking about in mid-April? You talking about early April?
Yes, no. Listen. What
I'm
I'm
talking
trying
about
to
why
say,
he started not. Why didn't he play from January?
what I'm trying to say is,
He
Ten.
did.
You can criticize Ten Hag. Ten Hag has had a bad season. It's not been a good season. But what I'm saying is, for you to sack a manager when you put into context everything that's happened, is crazy. He should not be
You know why
sacked.
it's not crazy? Is the
It is.
arrogance? No. Let me explain to you. He has the arrogance of somebody like a Klopp, a Pep, or a Ancelotti, or even I'll give Conte a little bit of pass. He has not won in a top 5 league. He won in the 6th or 7th league. I don't know why they gave him the
He
round.
three-peated in that league.
How many managers have won the top 5 leagues? There's not enough managers to like have
No.
everyone else.
You're looking at it today, though.
And
I'm looking
if
at
it was
when they
for
hired
Lucas
him.
Moura,
No. I'm not looking at it
final.
today. I'm not looking at it.
Finals.
I'm not looking at 2024. I'm looking at 2022. If he was to get hired, okay, Liverpool just hired Arne Slot, right? They named him a coach. The board is still running the transfers. They gave this guy the key to the whole crib, the Bugatti, the Lamborghini, everything. They let him rock. They let him do whatever he wants. That's insane. You haven't won in League One, in German Bundesliga, in Serie A. None of that. You haven't won. That's why if he was just a coach and he just managed it and he put a few words in, like I said earlier, sign this guy, sign that guy. He signed Anthony for 90 million. He was evaluated at 25. Yo, bro, that's highway robbery. You guys got, oh my God. Bro.
Maxwell, do you really think Arne Slot doesn't have a say in Liverpool's transfers? Like, doesn't have a
he
major
has,
say?
no, you see, you're miswording what I'm saying is he has a say, but Ten Hag had complete control. He physically damn near bullied these guys and saying, I can't get Frankie de Jong. The only one transfer that United gave him was Casemiro. Everything else was him. Every transfer he got in was him. He wanted Mount. He pushed for Anthony. He pushed for all these guys.
And last year, Casemiro was one of the best players in the world. He finished in the Premier League of the season.
Maxwell, are you in the United board of directors? What's your sources? It sounds like you're just talking out your ass.
That's a good point.
I'm not talking rubbish.
Our board is incompetent. You're right.
It is true. This is true. They've been having. There's been interviews, YouTube, everywhere. He wanted control when he wanted that Man United job. That's what his main thing was. Control of everything. Why? So you telling me United just want to sign all mad Dutch players, Ajax players? What's wrong with you? That's him.
Every manager does that, though.
Casemiro was a backup. Casemiro got signed after the second game. He was in the stands. He got signed late into the season. That was the board saying we need a DM. Everything else you can handle it, and they let him handle it. And look what happened. He got 2 cups. I get it. But
that's fair criticism to Ten Hag, but still, from there to say that he should be sacked is crazy.
No, he should have been sacked from the beginning of the year.
No, he shouldn't.
JVM, this hate will never go. The hate is real.
Man, United
it is hate. It is hate. And you're only hating
what
him
he did to
because
Cristiano
he packed
Ronaldo
out of the club. That's why you're hating.
Yeah, we're going to be on this type of time until he leaves.
You know why I told you he shouldn't have got sacked? Pochettino should have never got sacked. He was doing well at the end of the
From where?
Pochettino should have stayed.
He didn't get sacked.
Pochettino got sacked.
They didn't sack. They didn't sack him. It was mutual consent.
That's another way of saying sack.
Yeah,
man.
that's pretty much.
Okay, in any case, it wasn't due to his performances. It was due to disagreements. It was nothing to his performances. It's like Mourinho leaving Tottenham before a cup final. It was nothing to his performances. It's just a disagreements between the owners and the manager.
I'm not joking.
Okay, cool. Because we're running out of time, I want to leave the United talk for a little bit, and I want to talk about the other league. Let's leave the Premier League as a whole, and let's talk about La Liga and the dominant season Real Madrid had.
The league I watch,
especially with them finishing the league with 10 points ahead of Barcelona. It came down to the last game of the season. It came down to 5 points. They won the league by 10 points. Barca didn't have a chance. Yusuf, do you want to go first?
Yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. You understand me? When your rival is having a down season, it is your time to be on their necks. That is what Manchester City has been doing in the Premier League for the past 3-4 seasons. Manchester United is nowhere to be found. Chelsea is nowhere to be found. My only competition is Liverpool and now Arsenal. All right, this is my opportunity to ramp it up. You understand me?
Yeah.
Barcelona is having one of their down seasons and stuff like that. A lot of concerns, a lot of problems, financial, a lot of things going on. You get me? With the squad we have, this is how it's supposed to be. Us losing the league last season, it was a no-no. They shouldn't be winning this league with free transfer players. That is an insult to the whole system of Real Madrid. So I think that is how it's supposed to be. I want to give a big shout out to Girona because of how the end of the season, how the season ended, people forgot what Girona has been doing for the whole season. They actually put a lot of teams on notice. I want to give a big shout out to Girona. I want to give a big shout out to Girona. They did everything they could. But Barcelona is still Barcelona at the end of the day. And I also want to
Shout out their
mention
striker
something.
too.
Yeah, golden boot.
Yeah, I seen that guy.
Golden boot.
Oh man, that's another story. I can't believe they was up 4-1. I put money on Real, not to Brother Yusuf. I put money on Real Madrid 4-1 halftime. Happy Arda Güler and all that. Them boys, that's crazy. But go ahead, man. That game pissed me off.
And there's something I wanted, like, about the La Liga. There's something I wanted us to talk about. Do you guys think it's high time Atletico de Madrid start looking elsewhere?
Yes, please. I've been saying this.
As in what?
I've been saying this since 2017. Please, I can't watch Atletico Madrid play football. I am tired of that pragmatic defensive football. That is one of the biggest. That is one of the biggest clubs in Europe. One of the biggest clubs in world football. And I promise you, most football fans do not want to watch Atletico Madrid play football because their football is.
Do you know what Cholo is doing to players? You see, you have the money to buy a Bugatti, right? And you live in Dubai. You can go on the highway. You can push it to the peak performance.
Yeah, see.
But you choose to ship the Bugatti to probably Ghana on a dusty road in your village to try and drive the Bugatti in your village. You see?
Oh, you're just being aggy. You're just being aggravated.
No, because you have a bunch of clever, flair-oriented players, and you are trying to have them play all defensive football. When these players can attack, these players can create. You understand me? And the moment they try to do something creative, they get a goal, and you bring them back into, like, every single player, you want them to play a similar style of football. You understand me? And once the player doesn't want to fit in that mold, it becomes a problem. And it has been the problem. It has been this problem for, like, how many seasons now? You watch Manchester United, manager to manager, there's at least a slight change in performance. You watch Manchester City, same manager, but you watch their play style 2 years ago and their play style this season, you can see a change in the play style. You can see a change in personnel, and okay, this is what Rodri is bringing to the table, or this is what Haaland brought to the table. You watch Atletico de Madrid, I can still see Raul Garcia in the squad.
What's his name? Koke is still there. How old is he? Savage is still there.
He's not. They're not playing that bad though.
No, but listen.
Some of them are. Some of them are. But not
though,
all of
right?
them.
Atletico, right? They'll get a little creative with Griezmann. I get what you're saying. And Morata, and they'll do some crazy goal. Okay, back to 6 in the back. That's crazy work. I know it's nasty. It's nasty as shit.
That is his problem. That is why I'm trying to say they should look elsewhere. You are in a league that is so flair-oriented. You understand me? You watch their games against smaller teams like the Almerias and stuff, and they are being outplayed. Not because they don't have the quality to play against Almeria.
They lost to Real Betis, right? They lost to Betis, right? Like a few weeks ago.
Every single game they play is like on the edge. Every single game.
That's why Dortmund violated them. I really thought they were going to beat Dortmund.
It doesn't make any sense to play that type of style of football when you have this quality in midfield, this quality in attack. You understand me? The only reason Joao Felix doesn't want to come back into the squad is he doesn't want to defend all 90 minutes. Bro.
Yeah, it's nasty. But listen, I got one question about La Liga, about Real Madrid. Yo, man, listen. In the midfield, you got Tchouaméni, Valverde, and Jude Bellingham. That's confirmed starters for next year, right?
100%. Has to
Valverde, yeah, I would say confirmed.
Actually,
no. I'm just saying you play 4-3-3, for example. Just 4-3-3, for example. Okay. So the 4 in the back, whatever. Rudiger, it doesn't matter. You might buy Alfonso Davies, so I don't know yet. But I know the midfield for sure is Tchouaméni, Valverde, and Jude, right?
Yeah.
Rodrigo, Vinicius, and Mbappe in the 9. They're gonna have to force to play 9. Endrick off the bench. Arda Güler, Brahim Diaz. Yo, you guys gotta have to give somebody up, man. What's up, man? Rodrigo, we give you like 90 M's. Gotta have to pass that right quick. You know me personally, I think he's an actual better footballer than Vinicius. Like he's a better. He's better. Like he's a better footballer. No, not goal scorer. No. He's more like Vinny relies a lot on his quickness and speed, like Mbappe. Rodrigo got more of the
Technical
footwork,
ability.
like the handle. You know what I mean? The technical ability, like
Yeah.
he has it.
I
you know
hear
what
that,
mean?
but I
Like,
still don't agree.
That doesn't make him.
I'm not saying he's a better player. I didn't say he's a better
player.
player. See, you listen. I did not say he's a better player. I said he's a better football. Just like in basketball, Kyrie Irving
That's
could
the
be a
same
better
thing.
basketball player, but Jokic is a better player. You know what I mean? Like you could be
I
a
don't-
better
I'm
natural
lost.
ability. No, I'm saying okay. I'll go back to what I'm saying is he's a better footballer, like technical ability. But somebody could be a better player because they do all the other around things. They got the speed, the willingness, the relentlessness,
That's part of the
the
game.
mind stick. I know that's part of the game, but there's a difference between a footballer and a player. Like Mesut Ozil is a pure, like he's a footballer. But you would say Luka Modric is better than him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's things that Ozil can do that Modric can't do, though, right?
No,
That's
a
true of a
wrong
lot of players,
comparison.
but
That is a wrong comparison because Modric does a lot of what Ozil do.
Okay,
Let's say that
Frank,
I
Frank
think it's all about
Lampard,
dribbling.
Frank
It's all about
Lampard, Frank
dribbling.
Lampard,
Cruz,
Frank
probably
Lampard,
Cruz.
Frank Lampard, same position. Frank Lampard is better than Mesut Ozil.
Most things, yes.
I would say so. Yeah.
I think pretty much everything except dribbling. I
But
think
yo,
what we're getting
Joseph,
here is
yo,
dribbling.
If I had
Joseph,
to rank them,
Joseph,
and playmaking.
Joseph, but you
Yeah.
kind of get the rhetoric where I'm getting at, right? Like as a footballer,
No,
and then
yeah,
as a
it
better
makes sense.
overall player. Like some people, like they're better footballers, but they don't have the athleticism and like the reading ability of the game. And then some guy will be a little less football player, but he has the rest of the shit on OD, so it surpasses that guy.
Okay.
You get what I'm trying to tell you is?
Yeah. No. He's talking about
Is that-
technical ability, but
Does that compare like Mahrez to Salah, for instance? You say
Well,
that
if they play
Yeah,
a pickup game, if they played if Ozil in his prime played a pickup game against Lampard at 11-11 in a random field, Ozil looked like the best player over there.
Yeah.
In a random pickup, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? But that's
Yeah,
a whole
fair
other
enough.
story. But go ahead.
But just to get back quickly on Real Madrid, I'm gonna go first to Joseph and then EC. What do you guys take of Real Madrid's dominant season? And then of course, we're gonna get in a minute to Jude Bellingham, like we got to Phil Foden. But just Joseph, quickly on Real Madrid, what do you take of that dominant season and they possibly winning the Champions League again?
I think they are going to win the Champions League, and obviously Dortmund could pull something off, but I feel like their luck's going to come to an end now. I feel like they've done well to get here, but Real Madrid are going to win that game, and I think it's a great season for Real Madrid. They're building on what they already had. I expect they'll probably continue to build into next season. They've got a very young team. They just need to sign a couple of fullbacks in the summer, and I expect they will sign probably an Alphonso Davies, maybe someone else. It doesn't really matter because even without signing a fullback, they'll still be top 3 teams in the world in any case. And as I said, their team's still young. Vinny's only going to get better. Rodrigo's only going to get better. Bellingham's only going to get better. So it's only looking up for Real Madrid from here.
W take. EC.
What I gotta say is Mbappe come next summer, and world football's over. You might as well just hand them the Liga, Champions League, everything.
Facts.
Yeah,
The maddest thing is they don't even need him.
That's the funny thing. And they got Endrick off the bench. Shit crazy, bro.
Like,
They
and
need a striker. But
with what you guys said about we not needing Mbappe, can I be honest with you guys?
yeah.
In the game against Manchester City,
You needed that play, yeah. You needed, but I still think Bellingham can be him, but like
no, not to that degree.
Yo,
No,
next
not
year
to-
you should even watch
Bellingham's not a
Real
striker.
Madrid. You should even watch the games. Just watch the highlights. There's no point.
No, the
Like, why
reason I'm
waste your
saying
time?
that-
they might do a 4P. They might do a 4P.
No. Why watch
Because-
90 minutes of your life? Waste your time. Just wait until the game's over and just watch the highlights right after that.
The
That's all
reason
you
I'm
gotta
saying
do.
that
Just
is
watch like the
because,
final. or
like,
something.
trust me, us playing against Manchester City this season, I was never comfortable. Like, it's clear they had a better team than us, bro. Like, let's be honest. And I'm a Real Madrid fan,
Stan.
but I was never comfortable.
No, they
Like,
had
I
a
was-
better playing team, but not better individuals.
No, they have a
No,
better
we had better
squad,
individuals.
everything
No,
than us,
no.
bro. Look, it boiled down to character. I mean, it boiled down to character. Real Madrid in the Champions League boils down to character. Like, if you look at this squad against Manchester City, bro, the guys were overplaying us, bro. We've never,
You keep saying character. Man City been in Champions League for like 12 years. They've been doing every year making runs. Like bro. Like,
Bro, we have
no.
14
Not every
Champions
year.
League.
It
Bro.
took a
What
while
you
for us to
gonna
get good runs.
We have
Okay.
14.
No.
Why?
When I say
Because you kept
character,
losing.
It
You
took a
weren't good
while for
enough.
you guys to take good runs because for 3 years there,
You
every
weren't good
single
enough.
years, you guys matched up Barcelona, that elite Barca side. There were 3 years there where every season you guys match up with Barcelona.
That's true. I think Mancini and Pellegrino also
Yeah.
struggled in the Champions League with the squad we
Man,
had, but
especially
it also
Pellegrino.
just took
I think
overall growth.
Pellegrino was highly unlucky.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the just not feeling comfortable with, like, our squad against this Manchester City squad. And let's be honest, if Pep Guardiola is still at Manchester City, you look at world football, regardless of the team that you ramp up, it is what? You ramp up a team to beat either Real Madrid or Manchester City. As it stands now, in the next 2 years, if it's Pep, you build a squad to either beat Real Madrid or Manchester City. If your squad can't match up to Real Madrid or Manchester City.
Although Bayern lost the league because
Mhm.
Bayern Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso. I'm not getting to Bayern Leverkusen in a second, but I think Bayern could build that. Even though they lost the league, because I still think Bayern have an amazing squad. They still have Harry Kane, they still have Musiala, they still have Kimmich. But just because I touched upon that, I just want to say, Yusuf, Ancelotti will not be around forever. One, he's much older, and we don't know how much longer his magic dust will last.
Yeah.
Someone who, in my opinion, will not need a lot of magic dust is Xabi Alonso. Especially you, because not last year, at the beginning of the season, you wanted Ancelotti out.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Xabi?
I still would want a team. Last season, what I was talking about Ancelotti was the 4-2-2, the 4-4-2. Even though getting to the end of the season, I had to praise him for that same formation because it came together well at the end, and I saw like the sparks of how good the formation could be. And the reason I'm saying that is we have a very young squad, so I wanted a manager that could grow with the squad. Like you said, Ancelotti isn't going to sprinkle that dust for too long. And judging by how last season ended, I didn't think we were going to have this season pan out as well as it did.
The dominance.
You understand me? So I would still say, yeah, we should be looking elsewhere. And if it's Xabi Alonso, it's Xabi Alonso. If it's not, we should look elsewhere, because how long are we going to wait for Ancelotti? Because you get me, he's getting older, even though the players love him, the players like him and stuff like that, teams will catch up on all of the tricks and all of unless we keep revamping the squad, and we can't keep doing that. So I would like a manager that can grow with the squad, and Xabi Alonso is one of those managers that can actually grow with the squad, and I like the progression. I like his squad and Leverkusen and what he's doing so far. If we are able to leave him to marinate for like 1 or 2 more seasons, then he takes over the reins. Then I heard something, I don't know how true it is. They said the president of Leverkusen said something about the fact that Xabi Alonso would definitely coach Real Madrid or something.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it's just, you said if it's not Xabi, it could be someone else. But in my opinion, it can only be Xabi. We're talking about arguably the best, not arguably. I think he is the best. He was the best manager this season, because you're looking at the value of the team and what they were able to achieve. I think he has to be the best manager. And also, I don't think any other manager in world football understands Real Madrid culture better than Xabi. Xabi was in Real Madrid during those Barcelona years. Xabi was at Real Madrid when they were able to win the Champions League. Like, Xabi was in the thick of things when the temperature was hottest in La Liga. So I think Xabi has to be the perfect person. But
and his calm demeanor and calm nature, regardless of how good or bad the team is playing, is amazing, bro. Like, he's just level.
Very composed.
Yeah. He took the loss really well.
Yeah. EC, any thoughts on Bayern Leverkusen and Xabi Alonso?
EC wants Xabi Alonso for Manchester United. Like, you should see.
Now we're good with Ten Hag.
This guy's a hater. That's crazy.
They just won the FA Cup, allow him.
Now listen, it's just frustrating how they went unbeaten the whole season and they lost that one game that they had to win.
Yeah.
It's frustrating, but You know, it's been a perfect season for them, pretty much. You know, it's better than the Arsenal Invincibles, in my opinion. And yeah, I think he's waiting for that Real Madrid contract. You know, when Ancelotti goes, he will go to Real Madrid. I'm confident of it. That's why he wanted to stay one more year in Bayer Leverkusen.
Very good, very good.
It would be a nice story, though.
We are covering these topics quite well today. Is there anything you guys want to talk about in particular? Anything you want to get out of your chest?
What's up with Rashford?
In regards, that's such a good
He's
thing.
not going to be in Euro 2024. He's not on the plane. He's not injured. He just hasn't been selected.
Yeah, Joseph, please let JVM do the talking on Rashford. Like, please, like you know how JVM feels about Rashford, right?
Yeah,
He's managed to omit Rashford.
I could say a lot about
Rashford from the whole topic.
I could say a lot about Rashford.
I want to listen to what you have to say. How has this season been so far?
I think everyone here knows how I feel about Rashford. EC, of course, he's my cousin. He knows how I feel about Rashford. You two, we've been like talking about football for a long time. You guys know how much I keep for Rashford. But my thing with Rashford this season is just the fact that how many chances do we need to give you? Because last year you proved to everyone, and especially because I already thought Rashford had the potential to be a world-class player. But last season, Rashford proved that he can be a world-class player. We can't have this be good for season, be bad again, then have another comeback. Great players. And this is something about, especially when you look back at, for example, Mohamed Salah. The reason why Salah has been regarded as one of the greatest Premier League wingers of all time is because of that consistency. Year after year after year, great performance. You cannot be a great player if you have to take a year out to sort out your problems. Fair enough, you have problems. I, as a Rashford fan, I of course sympathize with Rashford. But if we're talking about Manchester United and you performing, I need Rashford to. For the next 2-3 years, I just need some consistency. Otherwise, it just becomes much harder to defend him. At the start of the season, we had the whole Luis Diaz against Rashford thing. And right now, I look like an idiot because Rashford was awful. Absolutely awful. So, yeah, on Rashford this year, there's not much to say. It's just been bad.
You see, I questioned his consistency. And you came out swinging. I told you one good season, one bad season. How many bad seasons has Rashford had? Yo, you came out swinging. So last season was the good season.
At that time, he only had one.
This is the bad season. You get me? And it's always been consistency with Rashford. He doesn't have the drive. That is what I wanted to talk to you about. You managed to omit Rashford, so I needed to remind you.
Yeah. We're coming to the end of the show. I just want to do a quick versus so we can, do shorts and stuff like that. And it's just I'm gonna say 2 players and we'll go like one by one. So we'll go Yusuf, Joseph, EC, and Maxwell. Then I might go last and we'll say which player you prefer. And we'll start with Phil Foden against Cole Palmer. Yusuf.
Phil Foden.
Joseph.
Phil Foden. Palmer needs to do it for longer.
Okay. Easy.
Foden.
Maxwell.
Felipe.
Yeah, to me as well. I think it's quite easy. I heard this comment about, but Palmer had better numbers. He had better numbers by this much.
With penalties.
Yeah.
Throw Saka in the next one.
Palmer had 22
I got some viewers
goals
watching that need that smoke.
Okay. I have a Saka one at the end anyways. Palmer had 22 goals, Foden had 19. Palmer had 10 assists, Foden had 8. So he had the better numbers by this much.
How many of those were pens?
Exactly. And the other guy was carrying the Premier League winning team. So I think that one's not even a debate. Next one. We need to start having these conversations. Mbappe or Haaland? Yusuf.
Kylian Mbappe. Like, it's always been Mbappe.
Joseph.
Mbappe, especially after these last 20 games.
Okay. Easy.
Yeah, Mbappe. Haaland is just a system. Anyone could score 40 goals in a Man City team, So yeah, it has to be Mbappe. Anyone could do it.
The Cameroonian boy from France.
Yeah, me as well. Another sweep, I think, is not quite easily because I still respect Haaland and what he's done. I don't think it's easy to score
No,
40
it's
goals.
easily.
I don't think it's easy, but I still take Mbappe.
A striker.
I think it was harder a year ago. It's easier now.
Yeah. Now, with the Euros coming up, we'll be talking about the Euros very, very soon. Not today, but very soon we'll be talking about the Euros. Are you taking in England starting 11? Are you taking Kyle Walker or Trent? Yusuf.
Starting 11, I'm taking for the season. I'm taking Kyle Walker, but as a player, I really like Trent. But for the season, Kyle Walker has had. I'm taking Kyle Walker. At least he's been more consistent in his position.
Joe.
I think it depends on formation, but I think probably Kyle Walker, just that defensive stability, that'll be very important, especially in later knockout stages.
Okay, easy.
Kyle Walker, clear. It's clear.
Maxwell.
Like like Joseph said, depending on formation. So if England goes into an attacking midfield, and if they put Jude Bellingham as an actual 8, like he played in Dortmund, I'm gonna take Trent. But if they got this whole like Cole Palmer, Foden in the midfield, yeah, I'm gonna take Kyle Walker.
I have to take Kyle Walker no matter the formation because I just believe that Trent is a massive liability defensively. Trent, since the first day he stepped into that team all the way to today.
But you gotta understand though, in cups, like Euros and World Cup, you have to play your best players in that position. There's no like system where people are studying you. We have a graph on you.
So who's better, like Kyle Walker or Trent? Who's better?
Today, Trent. He's a better football player than him.
Crazy.
Is he?
Okay.
Yes.
Is he a better right back? Is he a better right back?
No, he's not a better right back than him.
But that's what I said.
When you play on formation, if Jude Bellingham plays the 8 with Declan Rice as a 6, and Declan Rice pushes back, Trent could push forward, and that was just a limit the option. Saka's gonna be like, God damn, boy, I wish Ben White played like this. yeah.
You trust Trent one-on-one with Mbappe?
Nigga.
I trust Kyle Walker one-on-one with Mbappe. I've seen him defend Mbappe one-on-one plenty of times.
They're not even gonna get there.
And
France is not the same team. There's no. I don't know if Conte got the legs no more. We gotta see France. You keep talking about Mbappe. Mbappe has to get the ball. He doesn't pick it up from the 6. Somebody has to get it to them. So if the
90 minutes will get the ball.
Okay, he's gonna get the ball here and there. I'm not saying he's gonna get the ball, but Mbappe just needs one chance. And he gets one chance. This is a clear goal
against Trent. Who knows?
Against Trent.
Hey man, me personally, in that back 4, I would start. What's his name? Either Braithwaite or Tomori with Stones.
Tomori's not in the squad.
He didn't make it?
He didn't make it.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
That's a good segue because the next one is Premier League centre-backs, Saliba or John Stones. Yusuf.
Saliba.
Joseph.
Regrettably, Saliba. John Stones hasn't played enough.
Okay. EC.
Yes, Saliba.
Okay, Maxwell.
You asking for this season or just overall?
Just overall, who's a better centre back, Saliba or John Stones?
I'll say Saliba.
Van Dijk.
Saliba. I was gonna say Saliba.
He would say Van Dijk.
No, bro. I'm trying to sell Van Dijk.
You know the Liverpool fans.
I'm trying to sell Van Dijk.
That's crazy.
If I can get 60 Prem, 60, 70, yo man, hit the road, Jack.
How old is he? 34. You're not getting that much for him.
Somebody would pay 60 M's for Van Dijk right now.
United would. I promise you that.
Well, United would pay 100.
They might pay 75, 80. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Go ahead, bro. Next question.
All right, cool. Last one. Fabian Ritz or Musiala?
Florian.
What? I'm like, who's Fabian Ritz?
Sorry. Florian Ritz or Musiala?
That's tough, Milan. Yeah, because I watched both of them a lot.
That is a good one.
I've been watching.
But I'll still go Musiala, man. I'll still go Musiala.
They play the same position, and they play this. Their second position is both the same position. They both play either attacking midfield or left side, like wing area.
I'll still go Musiala. Joseph, who you got?
But that's not a clear though. That's not a
I
clear.
think it's similar to Foden and Palmer. Maybe Vert's in a better season this season,
It's closer.
and maybe he's been doing it for a while. But Musiala has been doing it for longer, and I think probably at a higher level as well.
You have to go ahead.
Fair enough.
Next guy.
EC?
I'll take Verts just because of the season. It's not easy to win Bundesliga Player of the Year. And
Okay.
I don't know. I think Verts.
Okay, fair enough. Maxwell?
Makes sense.
Man, I want to say Verts, but you said like right now because you gotta appreciate the boy tore his ACL. You gotta remember that, right? Back it was like 18 months ago. He tore his shit, and he still came back at a young age. When you do that, you're pretty much just like you're not gonna be the same. You're gonna be all right, but you're not gonna be like. And he just turned 21. I'm picking Musiala, man. That's tough though. That's like there. Like it's like you know what I mean?
It's
like,
very close.
It's closer than Foden and Palmer for sure.
Yeah, but it's similar in terms of the
I know what
comparisons.
you're saying. They're all number 10s and like wingers and attacking players.
But I still have to take Musiala. Just based on what we've seen from Musiala over a longer period, I have to take Musiala. But anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching until the end. Any final words, guys?
Go ahead, Yusuf. Go ahead, man. Start it off.
Yo, final words. Welcome back to the show. We are going to stay more consistent with this. We are going to be here every week, right? And we'll
hopefully every week.
to see. We'll schedule
And
to
watch
see
along. That's the biggest difference from before.
I'm with it. Watch alongs.
We are doing more watch alongs. I think that's like the biggest ways for us to grow. My TikTok, I'm gonna change it all up, and I'm going to spend all night tonight and all morning tomorrow just editing these shorts. My TikTok is gonna be.
I got one more though. I got one more comparison. Let me get it real quick. One more. 2 players. Rodrigo or Bukayo Saka?
Rodrigo.
JVM.
Saka.
Joseph.
Saka.
Oh, my boy EC.
Saka, bro. Saka.
Hey, man. Yo, you guys are wildin'.
The disrespect for Rodrigo.
It's close, though. It's close. I'm not saying it's not close.
It's not a conversation.
It's crazy, bro.
Rodrigo doesn't play right wing.
Trust me, it is not close. It is not close.
You talking to a...
It's not close. It's crazy.
It's not even close.
It's absolutely close.
One guy was a left back. One guy is being forced to play right wing. That guy is the best pure footballer. Yo, bro, you guys don't... I don't know. Me? I watch ESPN Plus, bro. Rodrigo... Ancelotti would cry if that nigga was to leave, bro. If he was to leave, he would cry. That's why he's not for sale. And I'm trying to get him.
You can say the same about Saka.
Man,
Arteta would cry if Saka had to go.
I'd rather take Texas. What's the boy in Real Sociedad? I'd rather take him over Saka. Yeah, Kubo.
Yeah, nah.
Yup. Any day.
Yeah, Yusuf, you see who you're arguing with. You see you're with in this.
I watched La Liga, bro.
Go.
Yeah, but anyways, man, last takes.
Kubo,
Shout out to the guys. Glad
crazy,
we
bro.
back. We got to keep doing this once a week. Get your Euro teams ready. I know you guys are supporting. We're going to find our exercise. Shout out Joseph, even though I'm happy Man City lost. I don't even know if I'm happy. Both of them, I'm mad about both that. Arsenal K, still to this day. And yo, man, it is what it is, man. Maxwell Smash, we out here, man. Shout out JVM.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And we'll be back next week. When's the next? Oh, yeah, the next game is the Champions League final. Yeah, we need to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's next week, right?
Yeah, that's Saturday. All right. Thank you, guys.
Take it,
Show.